Thank you very much. Bye.
Nice. Oh no! Oh no!
After all is said and done, you never walk, you never run, you're a winner.
I hadn't had much of an excuse to make a pickup video for a while because I've not been finding very much, and when I do find little bits and bobs, it just kind of, I don't feel like I can justify it by having a video. So I kind of clumped some together from the last couple of weeks because I've had a pretty good month this month, and so yeah, what we'll do is we'll go through some of the things I found. Some stuff through trade, some things are things I found on the flea market in my town. Not really much in the way of car boot stuff, but I'm finding different ways to find bots. I'm sorry that I look a bit like a homeless person at the moment. I need to have a bit of a trim and get myself all looking like a member of society again. I apologise for this. There's nothing worse than somebody that looks like a homeless person prattling on about Transformers and things. So without further ado, I'm going to give you a bit of a list of things that I've actually found. One of them was a car boot find, which was this guy, Energon Jetfire. I picked him up and he cost a couple of quid, and then after getting him I realised that he has a lot of bits missing and he's very, very loose. And to be honest, not great, not a fantastic toy, but you never know, I might be able to find some bits. I'm a bit stupid really, because the guy that I bought this off, I know him quite well, and he gave me a price, and I bought stuff off him before, and I just didn't really think about it. I just said, yeah, all right then, yeah, I'll give you it's a couple of quid for it, and then after getting home realised it's a bit trash. So it's a bit of a junker at the moment, but I'm sure I'll find all the rest of the bits. You know how things go. My local flea market is turning into a little bit of a find. Somebody told me a couple of weeks ago that the flea market in my hometown is pretty good if you go early in the morning. So before work, because I start work at 9 o'clock, if I walk into town about 7:30 and then have a little bit of a mooch around the flea market as they're setting up, there are people selling vintage toys and things like that. So for the last 3 weeks, I've been going into town and finding it, and there's lots and lots of things to be found in regards to in regards to action figures and things like that. But one guy, he had a few bits and bobs that I saw, and they were very, very, very reasonably priced. So I picked up a couple of weeks ago G2 Clench, which isn't complete. I've only got the front section of it. I haven't got the back section of it, which turns into his gun kind of thing. But I love this thing. I think it's great. It's such a really gaudy, weird thing with the stickers on and the plastic, and it's in relatively good condition. Check out that light piping. How good's that? So yeah, what I'm going to do is keep an eye out for the trailer, because I'm sure the trailer will turn up. Because I've seen what the trailer looks like, and I'm pretty much sure I've seen it at some point or another. If I find the trailer for this thing and get it complete, happy days. At the same time that I bought that off him, I found G1 Lightspeed, which turns into a little red car. He's from one of the Protector bots, and the Protector bots I've kind of inadvertently acquired a few of them. I have the torso part and the one that turns into a little spaceship. I think I might have another one somewhere else as well. But it's one of the Transformers that I never really knew about, and finding this little guy, and he cost me £1 or something like that. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that for £1. I keep finding them. Eventually, I'll find them all. So the week after I found those guys, I went onto the flea, and as I went to the same guy that was there last week that was selling the Transformers, he had boxed this thing here, which is a Transformer that I already have, but I thought, boxed and in pretty good condition, I thought I might as well buy it. And it had inside this, which is Roadblock. Now, this cost altogether, with this and something else, about a tenner, which sounds a little bit expensive if you think about it, but you'll understand why in a minute. Well, what happened is that when I bought this, inside the same box as this one, which is in tip-top nick, hasn't got the missiles, but it's in really, really good condition, and the box is in pretty good condition too, was this guy, who is G1 Dirtbag, or something like that. Now, he is in fabulous condition, and I'm really into these G2 ones at the moment. I think they're really, really good toys. I especially like the fact that the box has got all the pictures of all the other G2 Transformers on. And I'm finding a few of these recently. I do like the G2 stuff. It's gaudy and weird, and it's good stuff, isn't it? So I think for a tenner, for them two, in the condition that they are in, because I'm not messing about, they are in mint, absolute mint condition. The stickers are pristine. Everything's really good. £10 for them two is pretty good. But also at the same time as I got these guys, I got this guy, which was one of the bots that I had for when I was little. And I remember picking this up from my local, I think it was Woolworths or something like that. Now, the reason I picked this guy up at the time, because it's not a great Transformer, the little throttle bots. This is G1 Freeway, something like that. The reason I picked this up is because it had like a little rubber version of Ravage that was inside of it, that was packed inside. And I remember playing with this and that Ravage for hours and hours and hours. They're not the throttle bots are not the greatest of Transformers, but the mechanism still works. He still actually goes back and flies across the table, which is pretty good. So I'm happy with that. And he only cost about £1. So yeah, bit of G1. So I went onto the flea market this week, and I didn't find anything, unfortunately. It was slim pickings, but a lot of the guys that were normally there weren't there this week. I don't know if it's because it was the weather or what. So I'm going to keep going every Thursday morning. If I keep finding some decent stuff, I will eventually do a video. So that brings me on to the main part of this vid. which was a trade that I did with my good friend Mr. John35, JP. Thank you, John. He loves Star Wars figures, and I love Transformers. I pick up a lot of Star Wars figures on my travels, specifically to trade with other YouTubers and other people that I know. So John noticed that I'd found a load of stuff, and he was interested in getting like there were a big pack of missiles and things like that. He likes all the missiles to so he can complete all his Star Wars figures. And I put a package of Star Wars stuff, sent it to him, and then he did me a parcel of things that I thought, oh, I quite like some of them. But John, being the wonderful guy that he is, always throws in a few extras for me, the things that he knows that I like. So a few of the things that I actually knew were going to be in the parcel. One of them was this, which was Ultra Magnus's head. Now, I've had Ultra Magnus for a while now, and went from my car booting days, and he always looks like this because I didn't have the head for him, and I finally got my Magnus head so he can stand on the shelf and in his G1 glory. And I love the fact how yellow he is and battered and bruised, and it just makes it feel all that more authentic. And yeah, it looks the cat's whisk. He also sent me Rodimus's gun and blast shields to go with my my Rodimus that I found on the flea market. Now all I'm missing from Rodimus now is the little piece that goes on his back there. But he looks pretty sweet now, and he can stand with the rest of my Rodimuses in my room. Also in the same parcel from John was G2 Mean Streak, which is not the greatest of Transformers, I'll be absolutely honest, but I love these G2 things. I think they're really, really cool. He's a bit of I think he's got some kind of gimmick where I think he used to be able to pull back, but I think the mechanism's gone. I might have a little look into that, see if we can fix it. Nice simple transformation on this guy, and yeah, just more G2 gaudiness. Good stuff. He also sent me Depth Charger's gun. I haven't got Depth Charger, but I've seen one or two on the car boot in the past, and every single time I've seen them, no word of a lie, I've been this close to getting it, and some other bastard has picked it up while I was going round. One guy had it just as I was walking up to him, and I saw him pick it up out of a box and walked off with it. And then one guy came up and boasted to me about it that he just bought one, and I thought, could you go away, please, you little so-and-so. So yeah, now I've got his gun, and hopefully I'll find Depth Charge. Depth Charge? Is it Depth Charge? I get mixed. Also in the same parcel was G1 Hunger, which is he has seen better days, but I do like him. I think he looks great. To go with him, I had Cinetwin, which again G1, nice simple transformation. To finish off my Combaticons, he sent me G1 Bruticus. Now all I need is the head, chest and hands and feet, and I have the whole lot, because I over time have just found, I think I found Vortex first, then I got Swindle, then I got Brawn, what was the last one that I got was Blast Off in I can't remember where I got him from. I think I got it off at a flea market, and then John got me Bruticus. So now I have all of the Combaticons, so I can make a full Bruticus up, and he will look fabulous once I've got him. I'm trying to work on getting the head piece and the chest piece at this moment in time, and when I get it, you'll know. He also sent me Bayform Bone Crusher, which I haven't had a chance to play with yet, so I'm not 100% sure I've transformed it, if I've transformed it correctly, but I do like this thing. Nice size, not complete, but I'll find all the bits, don't you worry. And yeah, he's cool, I like him. Also from the same parcel, G1 1.5 Scorch, which is or is he actually G1? I never understand these because some G1 and some G2 look very, very similar in this gaudy, nasty plastic thing that they do. But this apparently is a G1, I think. But yeah, he's great. Transforms into a really weird, like, yellow truck thing. Oh, yeah. Very, very nice. But at the bottom of the parcel, because all those things were on the top, at the bottom of the parcel was something else. And there was a considerable amount of stuff left back in there. And I thought to myself, what's he done? What's he left in here for me? And he left in the actual bottom of the box G1 Countdown, which is absolutely fabulous, absolutely amazing. And transformed it into like a base station thing as well, and it's massive, absolutely huge, and I adore this thing. You put this next to Metroplex and all the rest of the Micromasters and things like that. Oh, John, you're an absolute legend, mate, for sending me that. I love this thing. It's one of the best things I've had in ages, and it has like a helipad that goes with it. It's just fabulous. But he also sent me a load of Micromasters to go with it, which I wasn't aware that I was going to get. In there was, because I don't know the names, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this'n, who goes with this'n, that one, that one, that one, that one, this one, and this one. But best of all, look at that. It's like a version of Magnus. It's absolutely fantastic. They got that as well. So all these guys, I don't know who they are. I'm sure you guys know exactly who they are because you lot know everything and I know nothing, as we always know. Nothing. So that brings me on to the best thing that I got this month. And it was my birthday not long ago, and I saw a offer on Kapow. I think it was Kapow. And they had the Weijiang NE01 for like 60 quid. So £60, you get the limited edition NE01, the one that came with the laser beak muzzle thing. And he is quite possibly the finest piece of plastic I have ever owned. He is phenomenal. Just looks superb. I managed to put the insignia on his smashed chest, which I think looks great. I've also gone with the smashed face look. Put the batteries into the torch, into this cannon. He is absolutely phenomenal, and he scales so well with the MPP-10. This is a fantastic toy, and I heartily recommend that you pick this up. So yeah, that was a very short and sweet vlog pick-uppy kind of thing. I hope you've enjoyed it. If I come across some more stuff, I might do another little video. I hope you enjoyed the little unboxing thing that I did right at the beginning of the video for a bit of fun. And I will see you all later, hopefully. Anyway, see you later.